Friends, 225 days over. The Russian forces are continuing their missile as well as air and RT attacks on Ukrainian military targets, especially in Kupiansk, Druze, Lyubovka, Yampolowka, and towards Lysychansk direction that includes Spornoye, Yakovlevka. Ukrainians are not continuing at present any offensive, though they claim to have created a bridgehead on northwest Luhansk Oblast near Swatove region. And also they are clearly preparing to continue their or start their offensive on Swatove. In south, where the Ukrainian forces had started their counter-offensive with more than 3 battalions worth 40,000 of main strike force starting from Snigi Revoka, was stopped somehow by the Russian forces being able to maintain their position in Andriivka Krivoy Rog direction and repelled Ukrainian operation near Novaya Kamake in Kherson region. The Russian forces have expedited their air operations on Davydovo Brod and Dudchany in Kherson region. But the second one, that is Dudchany, the Russian defense was broken and seems to be under the control of Ukrainian forces. In short, the Ukrainian forces have reached on an hour starting from Davydovo Brod to Borozinskoye, Sukhe Nova up to Kachka Rovka, while the Russian defense have shrunk to Srigi Revka to Kherson region, and Ukrainians were stopped 30 kilometers short of Berislav and 40 kilometers short of Nova Kakhovka. In east, despite Ukrainians' counterclaim and claims, the Russians have been able to maintain their assault on Bakhmut and in Donetsk City as well, where they have taken over a small establishment of transport node. Here their movement is continuing very painfully, slowly but positively. To sum up from the war zone, I would say that there is a race between the war of attrition led by the Russians, or as they call it, demilitarization of Ukrainian armed forces, and fast, swift, mobile offensive led by the Ukrainians on close to 300 to 400 kilometers out of 1,000-kilometer battle zone from northeast to south Ukraine. And it is to be seen who wins the first. Knowing well the Russian depth in its defense as well as offensive ability, the war will be decided only through the winter. In the meantime, news from the geopolitics as well as political economy on global level is that OPEC and Russia have come to a conclusion on agreement that oil output will be reduced by 2 million barrels per day. That's huge, against the US and allies' forced cap on Russian oil prices. That's all for the day. Thank you, friends. Take care.